everybody, it's Racer here, and we're doing a little Project Motor Racing today. It's after the 1.6, I believe, update, the latest update, and we're attacking what they call monZa, also known as monZa. So we just finished qualifying, and then qualifying went okay. We finished P6. So in the Corvette Z06 GT3, and very popular right now. This car, a couple other cars are also popular, like the BMW and the Mustang. It's a pretty fast track. So the car right now is feeling a lot better than launch. We just started to get back into it, and with the latest update, it made a lot of changes, but the most noticeable change, the biggest change you're going to make is not having so far a forward bias to your braking. You want to be like anywhere from 55 to 57, 53% to the front, the rest to the back. So I think right now we've got 53 front, 47 back. As we're sitting here waiting for the carnage to start. This is monZa. So we have turn 1 chicane carnage, but the car feels a lot better. Graphics are a little better generally with that change, and a lot of the other small changes. So here we're getting ready to go to start, and we'll just watch the start, and I'll start back in when we get back in. For the green, take off. So get inside position. Not a bad start. Somebody's already off. Not paying attention to the track limits. So, and we get absolutely murdered from behind by BMW. I'm absolutely just eviscerated. So I try to get out of. So that's turn 1. Turn 1 chicane on lap 1. So now we're going to charge down into the Della Raggia. The second chicane, and braking. We've got some damage, mostly rear. All kinds of carnage. Oh, boy, that got major heavy damage. Anyway, a lot more car, 2 more cars off. So yeah, that's monZa or / monZa. So the car feels a lot better. The graphics are still kind of a step behind Assetto Corsa, even ACC, that is. Not anywhere near what Gran Turismo is, but the car does handle. All the cars seem to handle the curbs. The curbs are really well done as far as you be able to ride them real well. They don't get unsettled too badly. But back to the update, yeah, the weight, the bias is a lot more natural. It's supposed to be a more neutral feel, so it changed me. I was not happy with these cars with the current thing, and I was kind of getting my head wrapped around the brake bias, and then they changed it. So then we go down to
back marker coming up is not for
yeah,
position. Get by as soon
all
as you
the
can.
brake markers are about the same. This I say that the weight transition under braking, and maybe it's the differential physics are kind of weird. So that chicane's always difficult in every car, but this one it's they're all weird there. But all the brake markers seem to be pretty similar to all the other games. This game does have chasing this Mustang. Even though we have heavy damage, the car still feels pretty good. There's some more carnage going on up here. Car off, another second car off. So we started in 6, and now we're at back to 6 after getting wrecked. Take a run on this Mustang. A lot of lagginess there. So, and charge through Ascari here, you can really get up on the curbs pretty well. But the off track is pretty generous. But if you get your tires in the dirt and the gravel, it will snap you around like maybe not like when in real life. Obviously, I don't have any idea in real life what it's like. But you definitely can't just think you're gonna jump back on track. Oh yeah, because it will spit you right off. You'll flip right around into a barrier. So, but that's that. So that's the first lap. Did pretty well to get through that, and it's a good race. We made the mistake of not realizing what our fuel usage was, and we only have 6 gallons of fuel for a 13 lap race, and we're on started lap 3, so we're going to end up having to pit near the end. So if you want to keep watching, that's what's going to happen. I'm going to come back towards the end, and we'll make some more comments, and we'll go through another start that we did. We did pretty good with this car, so it feels real good. And we sort of mumble and stumble. Yeah, we did some practice with it, and then we did a race with it, and it's a pretty quick car. And lap times got better and better and better. Obviously, we're low on fuel, and we're chasing this guy in P5 who's got a 15-second penalty, and hoping that we can just claw him back in. We kept going back and forth with him, and I don't know if he was cutting the track, but I think he got 15 seconds penalties for probably shooting through or smashing into people. So I don't know what his 15 seconds penalty was. But he didn't get rid of it. It was an end of the race penalty. So with this game, if you if you get a track warning and it issues you give back time and you don't give it back, they'll add like 3 seconds of end of race penalty to you. So a lot of people just pile up the penalties. It doesn't really work out. The math doesn't work out on that. But the track limits are kind of generous, but you can run into some problems. Sometimes you'll get no further action. Sometimes you'll get a warning, and then sometimes you'll get a slow down to give time back, and that's usually pretty punitive because you don't gain much time, but you'll have to give up 2 seconds on track, so it can be pretty bad. So I did that one race. I just carried the penalty and just extended my lead, and it didn't affect me. So anyway, all right, we're going to drop off here and meet you back at the end for some more comments.
Heads up, you're not racing the back marker in front, just get past quickly. Back marker is not in our race. Make a quick pass. We're halfway through. Back marker up ahead is not for position. Get by as quick as you can. Don't lose any time.
I don't know, that guy's cheating through here or what. He seems to gain in that sector.
This back marker in front isn't in contention, so pass them now. Heads up, you're not racing the back marker in front, just get past quickly. Getting low on fuel. Box, box, box.
Uh-oh.
This back marker in front isn't in contention, so pass them now.
So we're back, and so we did pretty well on the time even with this heavy damage. We were able to get down to the low 148, so we probably could have got a 147, which is pretty quick. Versus the guys who are in the front were 146s, I think. So here we go. We just there's one of the penalties where we got to give time back. You have 25 seconds to give back the 2 seconds of track time, so I have plenty of time behind me, so I just figured I'll just slam on the brakes here and just come through Parabolica and then keep on going. So I think we are going to pit because we screwed up and didn't add fuel. We didn't realize that the setup we used didn't have quantity of fuel or something. There's some setting where we didn't have the starting fuel automatically set, but it's still, this is like they do in Assetto Corsa Competizione. You have to do a real pit stop. Now this has never done a pit stop before in this game, so the upper delta and the upper right, I couldn't scroll to that. Once I figured out that I could scroll to it, I didn't change anything, so I added a full amount of fuel to my car. I didn't change tires, but I did fix it, so it was going to be in better shape. So we lost all kinds of track position. We were in 5th, and now we're in 9th. So, and tons of people have post-race penalties to serve. The leaders got 2 seconds, and more 2 seconds to other people, and still got the guy in 4th with 15 seconds. But this race was fun. Almost went off track there. and got grabbed by the gravel. So gotta be real conscious of that. That chicane's always tricky, and in every game it's tricky chicane. So but we got 2 laps left. the game's come a long way since launch, but we haven't really played a lot. We played it some. We have not done any streams with it or anything like that in a bit. So we did a monZa Cup race, and that was okay. Only another person, and this lobby was pretty big. There was like 34 people when we started, but they split us down to 17 in this lobby, and I think 17 in another lobby. So they, there's it was okay. I think it's just the lower split of the two. The lobbies aren't very populated because the game launched so poorly. So, but we're not enjoying the game. We just don't play it a lot. So and so we just trudge along, trying to get where you have no chance of gaining positions. You always have a chance of losing positions. But it looks like from P11 to P17 have been disqualified. Either they didn't start the race, which I think is what happened. So I don't know why you sit there and wait. There's a lot of waiting in this game, waiting for lobbies to start. And it's a lot like Gran Turismo. If you're doing daily races, depending on which one it is, you may have, if you just jump in, you might have a long wait before the race starts, but once the race is over, you can jump right back in and get into another lobby pretty quickly. So yeah, so this, like, there's some brands that this game doesn't have. It doesn't have Ferrari, doesn't have Lexus, doesn't have McLaren. It do have an update. They have a DLC coming hopefully by the end of the quarter. I think it's going to add GT500s from Japan. That's what everybody's assuming. Hopefully it'll be some new stuff and some old stuff, maybe a track or two. So yeah. But yeah. Yeah, we had a good race in the MX5 Cup car at Mid-Ohio / Lexington. That was a lot of fun. Even though I spun out in the first lap, I battled back, and then the guy that was in the lead, he spun out, so we were right back together in a little argy-bargy in the race. But it was good racing. Nothing. We weren't punting each other off, just little door banging. So, but yeah. That's it. This race, like I say, we ended up ninth. So very confusing with the points. This is a ranked championship, which is kind of like, I don't really understand how these championships mean nothing really. I mean, I finished second in Porsche Cup, and it's like, yay, you finished second in this championship.
Keep up that pace and bring it
I
back.
don't know if you I won a bunch of races, but still,
Make a quick pass and get on with it.
I didn't get enough to win the championship. I think I lost out by 10 points or something. So, but anyway, this game's got a long way to go. So I'm kind of rambling here because there's really nothing to say except for it was okay. It's getting better slowly. We still have ACC. To do, and we just clicked another. I don't think we got anything. I think we had track warning for that. But yeah, unfortunately, we weren't able to. If we'd had enough gas, we probably could have battled for the win in this race. If we didn't get smashed at the start multiple times, we probably could have battled. Because we were picking up pace from qualifying. We were just getting quicker and quicker. But we had a ton of damage, so how much the damage affected the car's pace is hard to say. But even with the damage, we were getting close to 47. I think the leaders were doing 46s maybe. So they're only a minute and 5 ahead of us. So, which isn't, it's a half of a lap. So, and we pitted, and I don't think anybody else pitted except for me. Yeah, so we're going to look at one other race start here for typical monZa / Brianza carnage. Like, as you see, the top laps, what was a 147? Best lap was a 147. It's a 147. We were doing a 148.1. So we had pace to definitely be up near the top, the podium.
I think they found something we didn't.
Yeah.
We'll have to analyze the data.
So that was there's a lot of waiting for everybody to finish. But yeah, Corvette's very popular, and the Audi also. I think the Audi was a meta car. It was really strong, and I think the Acura too. Acura, yeah, NSX. So Acura or the Honda. It's a Acura here. This is very American biased, so we'll jump out of that, and I say lots of rolling around, waiting. So, and yeah, we weren't. So here's the other start. We're in the BMW this time. Again, we also changed brake balance, so you get a less than ideal start. Got somebody in an Audi charging up the inside of us, and typical turn one, we just tried to be out, and somebody just hooks us. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how. We try to rejoin in, we cause carnage too. So yeah, it's very brutal. I haven't had one race where I didn't have damage at the start, and I don't know how many of these people were in this lobby, but this one ended up okay. I think he ended up third. I think actually by the end of we ended up third. But as you can see, that's why everybody kept crushing themselves off the track. So the other car off track, and yeah. So alright, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and everybody have a great night. Bye.